من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن وأحصوا العدة واتقوا الله ربكم لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وتلك حدود الله ومن يتعد حدود الله فقد ظلم نفسه لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا فإذا بلغن أجلهن فأمسكوهن بمعروف أو فارقوهن بمعروف وأشهدوا ذوي عدل منكم وأقيموا الشهادة لله ذلكم يوعظ به من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا واللائي يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر واللائي لم يحضن وأولاة الأحمال أجلهن أن يضعن حملهن ومن يتق الله يجعل له من أمره يسرا ذلك أمر الله أنزله إليكم ومن يتق الله يكفر عنه سيئاته ويعظم له أجرا أسكنوهن من حيث سكنتم من وجدكم ولا تضاروهن لتضيقوا عليهن وإن كن أولات حمل فأنفقوا عليهن حتى يضعن حملهن فإن أرضعن لكم فآتوهن أجورهن وأتمروا بينكم بمعروف وإن تعاسرتم فسترضع له أخرى لينفق ذو سعة من سعته ومن قدر عليه رزقه فلينفق مما آتاه الله لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما آتاها سيجعل الله بعد عسر يسرا وكأين من حاسبناها حسابا شديدا وعذبناها عذابا نكرا فذاقت وبال أمرها وكان عاقبة أمرها خسرا أعد الله لهم عذابا شديدا أعد الله لهم عذابا شديدا فاتقوا الله يا أولي الألباب الذين آمنوا قد أنزل الله إليكم ذكرا رسولا يتلو عليكم آيات الله مبينات رسولا يتلو عليكم آيات الله مبينات ليخرج الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات من الظلمات إلى النور ومن
Okay. I apologize. Let me take it from the top. Shukran, brother Amir. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. As the gender war rages on, in order to keep the peace, we must discuss the exact facts. Welcome to Exactly. I am your host, Saudi Man. Remove your shoes and enter upon your right foot upon the right state of mind, bi'idhnillah. Topic: lights, cameras, action. The problem with gender roles. Lights, camera, action. The problem with gender roles. Now, let me begin with saying that we hear often about gender roles, so we know what those are. They say the man should be the maintainer and protector. That's his role. They say the woman's job is to be obedient, submissive, and honor her husband. That's her role. The problem I have with the term gender roles is for simply this. We hear that submission must be earned. This is not what men are saying. This is what women are saying. If we look at that from an Islamic point of view, we know that some ulama say if a man is not paying the bills and not taking care of the woman as agreed to, or if there is some concession that was made because she is very wealthy and she says I'm not in need of your wealth, or some type of stipulation was in the contract. Normally he maintains, okay? And the protection, let's say that he's a paraplegic or he gets injured at some point in the marriage. Can you still rely on him for protection, so on and so forth? So again, there are some discrepancies involved in, there is an original rule, and which is azima, and there's rukhsa, which is temporary exclusions or exclusions themselves. So with that being said, we say the male's role is to maintain and protect. Basically, the woman's role is to honor and obey. That's the woman's role. Okay. Now, because these are roles, these can be altered. Okay. They can be altered. But what part of it being altered? are we concerned about? We say that, let's take the men's role, maintainer. Let's say that he loses his job. They say, well, that's a grounds for divorce. Okay. And then let's say that he loses his health, where he can't maintain you he can't protect you anymore. They say, okay, well, that's a grounds for divorce. Some say, I should say, they say, some say. Okay. But what about if she doesn't listen? Is that grounds for divorce? Automatic grounds for divorce? Okay. You say, well, give her time. She might listen in the future. Or be patient. She may listen. Well, be patient. He may walk again. You know, if he's paralyzed and more than likely he'll never walk again, then what hope do we have that you will eventually submit? What hope do we have? There's no clinical measure. See, with him, the doctors can examine him and give you a percentage or percentile of his ability to walk again versus his ability to never walk again. His inability to walk again, excuse me. Now, but you can't measure whether a woman is going to submit to you or not. Honoring you, okay? She keeps company that you don't approve of. She hangs out or goes out without, checking with you or letting you know. So do you have any guarantee? Can the doctors measure when she will actually honor you and don't put herself in certain spaces where suspicion may, shroud her or cloud her or overshadow her? Can we put our hope in that? Because if he doesn't have any work, he can measure about the time he'll work again, because that there's applications and seeking employment. He can also measure how much he's going to make, because they let you know how much you're going to make based on the job you get. But nevertheless, they say that submission is her role, but it must be earned. Now, if I may advocate for the women, it may be a bit much to ask a woman to submit to a man that doesn't uphold his manliness. He's weaker, he's simplified, so maybe it's hard to earn that man's respect. So what and who should you respect in order to give him his rights, although he may not be worthy of it? But see, a lot of times it's really about you. Who's your Lord? Who's your prophet? What is your deen? Because if a man has to earn submission, and submission is your quote unquote role, then submission is not in you. Now, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us about those that obey the Amir only in the matters that they like. In Islam, this is not considered obedience at all. You're only allowing yourself to function in a comfortable space. But if the Amir asks you to do something that you dislike, although it may not be haram, the order for you is obligatory. It's a wajib, a must upon you. But yet you won't obey it because the command is really not to my liking. So I can't submit to this type of man. I can't submit to this type of man. Submission must be earned. He hasn't earned. So I would question, what was the courting process like? I would question, why did the wali approve of him? I would question, did the wali marry you to him against your will? I would question all of that, because once you're in the bonds of nikah, once you're within the aqd zawaj, the marital contract, then it is for her to be submissive. And if you have to earn her submission, remember, that can go up and that can go down. It can go up and down. If he must earn it. And if he must earn it, can he earn it in January for the rest of the year? Or does he have to earn it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Does he have to earn it every day of the week? If he has your submission after Fajr, what happens when Dhuhr comes? when the sun is at its zenith and then it starts to decline slightly, that's dhuhr. So will he have your submission at dhuhr time? That's something that we have to ask ourselves, okay? If it must be earned, or you could fulfill your duties as a wife. Not your role, but your duties as a wife, okay? And the same with him. He fulfills his duties as a husband, then, things should function fairly well. And the children won't be traumatized by parents that fulfill each other's rights. They won't be traumatized by that, okay? So, but we also heard that I can be feminine, women say. This is actual, really real language, okay? Muslim women have said it, and Kufar, Kafir women have said it, okay? I am only feminine. I can be feminine for the right person. I'm only feminine for the right person. They've stated that. That begs the question, what if a man said, I'm only masculine for the right person? That would be considered nonsensical, and no one would hold it, with any level of seriousness. But that's the same thing we hear, and just as ridiculous as I can be feminine for the right man. So now we are actors. We are playing just roles. I'll be Pinocchio, you be Geppetto. Okay? I'll be Charlie Brown, you be Lucy. Or Peppermint Patty, if you're rough around the edges. So this is what we get into. We get into, I am not going to do my duty. I'm not going to fulfill your rights unless you, acquiesce, unless you show me something where I should do it. Well, as Muslims, we should show each other Quran and Sunnah. If we show each other Quran and Sunnah, that should be enough for a person to act. That's why the ulama say, marry someone with taqwa, because if they love you, they will treat you very well. And even if they hate you, they will not oppress you. Okay? Because taqwa takes precedent. So if taqwa takes precedent for a man regarding a woman that he hates, he won't oppress her. Then if you hate your husband, what's stopping you from fulfilling his rights and performing your duties? Not your role, not your role, but, like Tropic Thunder, what was his name? I forgot the guy's name. Anyway, I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. I forgot his name. Anyway, so it'll come to me. He was playing a role and he never breaks character. He never breaks character. So he stayed in that role, although it was inappropriate at times. Things got serious. It was no longer acting involved. It was real live ammunition and so on and so forth. He stayed in his role. He was committed to his role. Now, men tend to be the ones, and you will say, well, you're biased. No, I'm not biased. I'm speaking straight facts. This is exactly. I'm speaking straight facts. Men tend to stay in their roles. They tend to not break character. Okay? Although things are not quite leaning their way. It is not a normal characteristic of a man even to pull back maintenance from a woman that's not being obedient. Now, he'll pull back sadaqah. And this is what we have to understand. There are rights and obligations, okay? We cannot juxtapose or jumble together the sadaqah that he gives you. Bare necessity, shelter. Now, if he's paying the mortgage or the rent, that's your shelter. Okay, if he's paying the taxes on the house that he owns, that's your shelter. If there's food in the refrigerator, in the pantry, that's your your sustenance. Okay, if you have clothes on your back, they may not be named after some LGHT TV designer, but nevertheless you have clothes on your back. then he has fulfilled his rights. Now, what he gives you above and beyond that is called sadaqah. It's a charity. Okay? Beyond and above that is a charity. Remember, Muhammad SAW said that to take a morsel of food and place it within your mouth's, your wife's mouth, okay, is a sadaqah. But women would tell you that it's an obligation for you to treat me like that. No, my obligation is to treat you with the respect that Islam, has declared for you. That's your maintenance and that's your protection. Okay? That's your maintenance and your protection. Now, if you want more than that, you want sadaqah, okay, then you have to make yourself more desirable, make yourself more desirable that the man will, extend themselves beyond what's basic. Extend itself. And like I said, men are not normally pulling back maintenance and protection when a wife is disobedient. We usually don't do that. It's few circumstances that, it's few incidents that actually happens. I don't know if it's 1 out of 10. I don't know what happened. But why is he pulling maintenance? Why is he pulling protection even? Okay. Maybe he pulled protection because you aren't in spaces that he feels comfortable protecting you. It's Maghrib. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Where are you? I'm hanging out with the sisters. Golly, I can't do anything. Well, it's after Maghrib. You have kids or you have a husband to tend to. Golly, I'll be there. Bye. Click. That type of thing. So she most likely won't come home till the door's locked. But if a man stayed out, which is his right, it's his right to stay out. Now, he's only regulated by Quran and Sunnah, halal, haram. So let's get that out the way. No woman is a man's lord. Okay. A man may be your landlord, figuratively, but woman is never a man's lord. So, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, brother Asadullah. So what happens is that he comes home, the doors could actually be locked. The locks could be changed even. There's some type of contraption on the door where he can't get in. So those things will actually happen to a man that is the ruler of his domicile. Of course, bi'idhnillah, by the will of Allah. But nevertheless, so moving on from that, okay, a woman that says I can be feminine for the right man is the same, and we talked about this before, is the same or just as ridiculous as a man saying I can be masculine for the right woman. Okay, my mom used to say life is but an act and we are all actors, or life is but a stage and we are all players. She used to have this saying that she got from somewhere. Okay, and I've heard that before. She used to say that, and that's really a sad existence that we all are just acting out a role. I would like to think of myself as sincere. I'm sincere in what I say. I'm sincere in what I do. I would like to think of myself like that, and if I were pretending in any type of way, it wouldn't be natural for me and it would be easily seen. But as Brother Sadallah can tell you, Brother Amir can tell you, I'm always one way. I'm one way. I can laugh, I can be joking, I can be serious, but I'm always one person. When a topic is serious, I'll be serious. When a topic is laughable, I'll laugh, or comedic, I'll laugh. So nevertheless, with that being said, the term gender roles also rings of acting. Life is an act and we're all actors, as my mom used to say. The term gender roles also rings of an act. So where's the sincerity in a woman that said, I'll play my role if you play your role? Like if the man says, I'll play my role if you play your role. I don't think one is dependent upon the other. I have dealt with very disobedient wives, and they text me and say, I need such and such, and I'll send it. Even if my teeth are gritting, if I'm grinding my teeth, I'll still send it. Okay. If they are, here's a scenario. Let's say they are outside of a nightclub or in some type of space they shouldn't be, and they call me, this dude just called me a female dog or what have you. I'll be like Chris Rock. I'll be like, were you acting like a female dog? Because see, you're in a space that doesn't allow me to protect you. See, that's another thing we have to understand, that you have to be in spaces that allow your husband to protect you. You can't just be anywhere. I'll give you an incident tonight. My son is at a tournament game. He plays for an AAU team. My just turned 14 Friday. Akil. He's at a game today. I went from coaching my 3 to 6 year olds in flag. I call it my baby team, to coaching 8th graders at a very popular sports facility called Cornerstone. Okay, I'm there, and I'm barely there. I'm not even there 30 minutes. It's maybe about 11:30 or so. I get a phone call. It's Akil. He say, Dad. I say, yeah. He said, are you coming to my last game? It's at 12:10. I don't really get out of practice to 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock, So actually it was tryouts. So I said, son, I'm gonna try to make it. He said, yeah, because this guy asks, where's your father? I said, okay, what's that like? He said, well, my teammate made the point and got fouled. So the guy is barking at the ref, saying the ref blew the call. So I said, Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother Abdul Wali. So he said, my son said, so I said, and one. So the dad approaches me and says, where's your father? So my 17-year-old, who looks, he's bigger than me. He's well equipped. If you've seen his football videos, he's well equipped. So he walks up and he says, hey, don't talk to kids. My son just 17, so he's a kid technically. He's an adult, but he's a man, but a kid man. Man child. So he said, hey, don't talk to kids. He said, who are you? He said, yeah, that's my brother. So my older son didn't know my younger son called me. Okay. My older son said, I said, what happened at practice? He said, at the game. He said, well, Wakil, my 17-year-old, said, I didn't call you because I know what you were going to do. You'll come up there and beat the dude head in, Now, I'm not just going to automatically beat the dude head in, if I can. I get whipped too. I'm saying, like, my son thought that, when you mess with my kids, I kind of don't have a happy medium anymore. I kind of go from 0 to 100. So nevertheless, my oldest didn't call me because he felt like this, right? And my youngest actually called because he probably wanted to see a little action, because I teach them how to fight. So, on the boxing bag and stuff like that, the Slam Man. So he probably wanted to see some of that in action. Not necessarily he want me to hurt the guy, but you don't talk to my son. If you all that much into the sport, you need to stay home or take your child home with you. So nevertheless, that situation, my son's in a neutral place, doing what he needs to do. And one is a basketball term. Even if he said it in a smack talking tone, that's all par for the course when it comes to basketball. He didn't use any inflammatory or defaming or foul language, So I am willing to put my whole life on the line in that particular instance. Now, if my son is acting out of pocket, I'm going to approach that adult and apologize to that adult. But if your wife, who's grown, is acting out of pocket and putting herself in spaces where you can't possibly protect her, me, sarcastic, I'm going to say, well, you're going to have to man up and make it home. You're going to have to man up and make it home because, I'm not willing or able to protect you in that space. You're at a place I didn't approve of you to go. You're with a people I didn't approve of at a time that I do not, jibe with. I'm not cool with that time you're there, So therefore, you'll put me in a bad place. Where's the love? Where's the love? You know, because if you know your husband would die for you and is ordered to die for you, you know, die for his family, then why would you put him in spaces that are not, you know, congruent, you know, to love and protection, you know, that you demand. Okay. So anyway, nevertheless, is a gender role, saying gender roles good or bad? Well, of course, we're dealing with semantics, right? Gender roles, is it good or bad? Like I say, it seems like parties are acting. I don't find men to be the majority of acting, because what do actors do? They go to they go to their trailer, they sit at the makeup, you know, men and women actors, they sit at the makeup table, and the makeup artist fixes them up, makes them look like, you know, Professor Clump, or, you know, or make them look like something. Okay, that's what the makeup artist does. You don't find men in life sitting at a makeup chair, in a makeup chair in front of a mirror for any extended length of time before they go out. That's what women do. So when it comes to acting, you know, the man might, you know, do some role play. You know, role play is acting. I'll be the electrician that you call because you got a problem with your lights, you know, and we put the waka chicka music in the background, and we make the juice, you know. So that's how that might go. But nevertheless, when it comes to men and women, we shouldn't be playing roles. We should be carrying our duties and fulfilling the rights of our spouse. Now, I'm going to give something that Amber Rose stated recently, and some say she says so jokingly, but I do, as I will do later on, delusional dating profile of the week. I got two. One I want to just show you, touch it, and then move to the actual one, okay? But Amber Rose said, listen to this. This is Amber Rose, who Wiz Khalifa ran through, Kanye ran through, because none of them ever married her, right? Or did Wiz Khalifa actually marry her? I'm not sure. I know Kanye didn't. And other guys, she did the slut walk and things like that. So nevertheless, Amber says, why is it so hard to find an intelligent, sexy, rich, successful, tatted gentleman? Listen to that. Why is it so hard to find an intelligent, and watch, she's finna contradict that right after that. Intelligent, sexy, rich. Okay, you can be all three of those. Successful, okay, four of those. Tatted gentlemen. So she remind me of those sisters that say, what do they say? I want a man that's Muslim but a little hood. Well, you can't have both. You can't have both, because the little hood is going to be a lot of problems with his Muslim, you know. And if he's Muslim, he gonna have a problem with the hood. Okay, so that's really a problem. Okay, that's really a problem. So I'll continue. Why is it so hard to find an intelligent, sexy, rich, successful, tatted gentleman that also has kids? So she want him to be all of that and have kids. Why would a woman like that want you to have kids? Maybe the kids will occupy you while she does what she did to everybody else that she had a relationship with. I'll say relationship because I'm not sure if she ever married. Okay, I think Wiz Khalifa. I don't know if he actually married her. I'm not sure. I really don't care. She continued, but is not an abusive narcissist. So she wants all of that: intelligent, rich, sexy, successful, tatted, with kids, but she does not want someone that is abusive, narcissistic, and he's definitely an atheist. So now she says she wants somebody that don't even believe in a God, you know, because if you don't believe in God, you won't believe women should have hair, and then she will be, you know, top notch on your list because she don't have hair, you know. So again, She wants a person that's not abusive, not a narcissist, but definitely an atheist, but also a feminist. This is what she's asking for. But also a feminist. Look, if you're confused, welcome to the club, okay? This is what women put out in their dating profile or their bio or what they're seeking, okay? This is a jambalaya of confusion, okay? So she finished. She says, I'm not asking for too much. And she said that, it was kind of like tongue in cheek, like a joke type thing. But nevertheless, if you study certain people's lives, you'll see definitely that this is not really a joke. Okay. These requirements, the mark of the beast, 666, right? According to the Christianity, the mark of the beast, 666. Over 6 figures, over 6 feet, and over 6 inches. Okay. That's what they desire. That's what they desire. Not many men fit that criteria. Okay. Not many men fit that criteria. And those that do, amongst them are LGHD TV 4K HDMI. Okay. Amongst them are morbidly obese. Amongst them are, criminal. Okay. Criminal. Amongst them are ugly. Okay. Ugly. Did she say handsome? Intelligent, sexy, relative. Some dudes, they might say, I've heard women, it was one time I was in the hood and this guy passed by, boom, 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 with these big old rims. He was on 22s, 24s or something. He passed by with the big rims, and he had this old school square body car, and he was boom, boom, boom with the loud music. And the young girl turned and said, "Ooh, he fine." Couldn't even see the dude except from the shoulders up, because the way he was sitting down in the car. But she said, "Ooh, he's fine," because his car was loud. He had the big shiny rims on it and the skinny tires. She said, "Ooh, he fine." So, sexy doesn't necessarily mean good looking. Okay. So if we break down the men that they want that 1%er. They want that 1%er, but that 1%er has too many options. What is Amber Rose? 40 plus ish? Why would he choose her when he can have a 20-year-old? It doesn't have the history and the baggage and the bodies. So nevertheless, Amber Rose wants all of that. So what does he get? What role is she going to play for a man like that? What role? And that's the issue. That's the issue. This comes from Muhammad Afghan. He says, a woman stormed into a room shouting, "I'm tired of being a slave. I cook, I sweep, and I wash. Why should only men be free?" Okay. Now, this is supposed to be a Muslim woman that is saying this, but let's take Islam out of it. Okay. Let's take Islam out of it and just discuss it from an intelligent point of view. Okay. A woman stormed into a room shouting, "I'm tired of being a slave. I cook, I sweep, and I wash. Why should only the men be free?" So she's cooking, cleaning, and washing. Cooking, cleaning, and washing. And she said her husband is free. So she stormed into a room. I suspect the home she's in have many rooms. Who pays for that home with those many rooms? That man. So where's freedom? She's cooking food provided by who? That man. So where's his freedom? She's cleaning the floor provided by who? That man. Probably put it in himself or paid someone to put it in. And she's washing clothes provided by who? That man. And if you wash, the machine does it for you. Stop overhyping washing. The machine does it for you, okay? Putting the clothes up, I put my own clothes up. Clothes don't take that long to put up. I can put a whole dryer full of clothes up in probably 5 minutes. Probably 5 minutes. It's not that hard. Okay. Nevertheless, and I'm not saying a woman's job or her duties are easy, but neither are the man's. Okay. So all of this, and she calls him free, as if he does nothing. Remember what the Rasul Muhammad ﷺ said. He said, as long as you do right by a woman, she's pleased with you. You do one thing wrong, she'll say, I never got anything good from you. True to life, Aisha anha told Muhammad ﷺ, one time she was angry with him. She said, I've never got anything good from you. This is the truth. This is facts. Okay. So it continues. Her husband said, can I be considered truly free while I've been captivated by your eyes? Listen to that. The husband said, can I be considered truly free when I'm captivated by your eyes? She blushed and went back into the kitchen. I think this is just too easy. I think this is just too easy. That doesn't, being captivated, in her eyes, doesn't get rid of the accusation that he's free. First of all, Allah Ta'ala is the only free. Okay. So that's as Muslim. But Kufar, they believe Allah has genitalia. So Older Bilal Mendalic. So that's neither here nor there for them. But nevertheless, what we have here is that he says something sweet and she goes back. Now me, I would have said, like just what I would recant what I would say what I just said. I'll recant what I just said. That who provided the floor? Who provided the broom? Who provided the clothes you wash? And who provided the food? And the room you just walked into consists of many rooms. Who provided that home? How am I free? When you are dependent of mine. Just like the kids depend on me, you depend on me. Okay? So therefore, I cannot truly be free. And that's something that we have to consider. I don't like the term gender roles, and because English is so limited, we may be stuck with it. But it seems like everybody's acting. I watched Fresh and Fitna. There was a clip on Fresh and Fitna. I forget what show. I hadn't seen that show in a long time. And then I saw a clip of it recently. Okay. I saw a short clip. And the woman was acting pretty feminine. And I put emphasis on the word acting. She was acting pretty feminine. And when Fitna, called himself Myron, his family's Muslim, but he's not. Well, sometimes he say he is, but look, man, I love Islam more than I love the people. Okay. So I'm not finna, just follow behind that. Okay. So if he's Muslim, that's between him and Allah. I don't see any signs of Islam. So look, I'm holding my salam. I have no reason to get this man salam. Okay. Because if he is Muslim, one show he'll denounce Islam. You'll hear it if you don't understand the deen. Nevertheless, the woman was really feminine. She's dressed like a 304, and she's really, but her character's really feminine. But once Myron Fitna teed her off, when she became angry with him, the man came out. The man came out. She got up. She said, I'll call two of my homeboys and they'll shoot this blop, blop, blop up. That's what she said. Said they'll shoot it up. And Fitna said, bring them back. I don't miss. And he goes to the shooting range. That's a former police. He's a cop. He's Popo. So he said, bring them back. I don't miss. And I don't know if she actually brought him back or not. But nevertheless, so she's clearly playing a role. She's acting feminine until she became angry. That little bitty voice, yes, my opinion is this and that, and as soon as he says something they don't like or disagree with them too heavily, then they want to shoot the club up, or they want to they going right into a masculine frame. Well, really, you know, if you're disagreeing with a man, keep your feminine frame. That keeps him at bay. That keeps him aloof. That keeps you in a safe space. But if you want to man up to a man, then we're one man short. We are one man short of this scuffle, okay? And you're gonna end up in a bad condition, okay? Because you're in a bad space, behaving badly, okay? So I don't like the term gender roles. We may be stuck with it because, again, English is so limited. But I'd rather say rights and duties. I'd rather say that. So if you have an opinion, type it in the comments, or you can put it in the comments on YouTube or Facebook, what have you, on the video once the video publishes. With that being said, I'm going to move on to delusional dating profile of the week. I don't mean to scare you guys, and I usually don't put pictures, but you gotta see a picture with this bio. You gotta see a picture with this bio. I should have cropped out the Tiggos, okay? But they're there, okay? Listen to this. I don't understand. Maybe y'all can help me understand. I don't understand. Joshua, listen. Joshua, 33. So she's hit the wall, bounced off, and jumped back on her feet. So she gonna hit it again, probably daily. I am who I am, the infamous BBY. I don't know what BBY means. Is that an acronym for something? Is it famous baby? Why does she say BBY? I don't understand that. I don't understand niggerish. Okay? So help me out. I am who I am, the infamous BBY. FYI, don't call me Joshua. Well, I guess I just violated that. Her profile says Joshua 33. I call her Joshua. She says, FYI, don't call me Joshua. My name is Kobiana. Somebody please make sense of this. I'm going to bleed out of my ears. I'm going to bleed from my tear ducts. Okay? Don't call me Joshua. My name is Kobiana. If you keep calling me off, don't call me. Oh, hold on. Okay, see maybe the punctuation. Let me read it again, and I'm going to apply my own punctuation because I don't see any punctuation. I am who I am, the infamous BBY. FYI, don't call me Joshua. My name is Kobiana. If you keep calling me, no, see, I'm putting question marks and exclamation points, and this is not working. So I'm gonna go halfway. I'm gonna go back a little bit, and I'm gonna try to read it. Nope, no punctuation. So don't ask me to make sense of what's nonsense. FYI, don't call me Joshua. My name is Kobiana. If you keep calling me off this app, I will block you. You can't call people off that app. You can't call people off that app. You would have to get her messenger to call her. Okay? That's not linked on this app. That's not linked on this app. So look at this monstrosity. Look at this monstrosity. Let me put it down a little bit. I can't. Okay. Look at this monstrosity. All that energy, okay? All that negative energy. And she looks like that. She has a tattoo on her face. She has a tattoo on her face. Okay. Somebody help make sense of that. If not, subhanAllah. I'm going to go on to the actual delusional dating profile of the week with context. Okay, this is Kathy, 58. Did I mention Kathy was 58? Please pay attention. Kathy is 58. Not hating on 58 years old. Year olds. I'll be there soon. Inshallah ta'ala. Bi'idnihi. But Kathy, this is a problem. Those that read ahead, you probably already got the problem already. But allow me to read. Kathy, 58. My name is Kathy. No crap, Sherlock. Okay. My name is Kathy. I live in Fort Worth. That's a sister city of Dallas. Okay. Can't be considered a suburb because it's too large. So it's a sister city of Dallas. The thing that I'm looking for, the match. Okay, I guess you mean is the match. Listen to this. The thing that I'm looking for is the match that God has for me. Y'all might say, oh man, ain't you being picky. Ain't no problem with that. She's 58. Looking for the match that God, let me get Negro minister, that God has for her. Okay, I'm gonna read ahead and make it even more ridiculous. I've been married 3 times. Now she's waiting on God. She's been married 3 times. Now she's waiting on the one that God has for her. Actually, it's honorable to be married 3 times. It's honorable. Better than shacking up 3 times. God! Yeah. So better than shacking up 3 times. But she married 3 times. I'm not poo-pooing on that. I'm saying, where was God in those first 3? Where was God? And I'm not looking for someone that wants to play games that have in. Oh man, I don't think there's a punctual. Oh, there's an apostrophe. I see an apostrophe. Apostrophe. I see a couple apostrophes. So I was gonna say no punctuation. I see 2 apostrophes, 3 apostrophes. Oh man, 4 apostrophes. I see 4 apostrophes. If y'all see more, let me know. 4 apostrophes. That's the only punctuation that she has. I see a comma after her name, 58, but that's something the machine does. That's not her. Okay. So, you see more, let me know. I'm going to apply commas and periods so that I don't go insane. My ex-wife in Morocco says Sadiq Majnoon. Sadiq is insane, Khata Sadiq, Sadiq's mistake, So anyway, I'm going to read it. I'm going to try to add my own punctuation because, see, I'm not a singer. I don't practice like singing and stuff like that. So my diaphragm, I can't push out these run-on sentences that have no apparent ending to them, okay? So let me try. I'm looking for. Okay. The thing that I'm looking for is the match that God has for me. I've been married 3 times, and I'm looking for someone that wants to. Oh, I'm not looking for someone that wants to play games. That has in their mind, their mind, not their mind, but their mind, that has in their. Okay, how about I'm looking for somebody that went to school, somebody that took basic English class, somebody that took maybe a semester of composition and rhetoric. That had, okay, I'm going to read it like she has it. Let me go back. I'm going to read it just like she wrote it. Okay. My name is Kathy. I live in Fort Worth. I can't read it like she has it. I'll read it. I'll add my own punctuations and I'll read it like she has it. I'm not going to make corrections for her anymore, except for punctuations because of my deficiencies. Okay. My name, hi. Oh, not hi. I added hi. See, that would have been nice, right? My name is Kathy. I live in Fort Worth. The thing that I'm looking for, the match that God has for me. I've been married 3 times. I'm not looking for someone that wants to play games that have in their mind that a woman has to be a right size or look a certain way. Me, myself, I have had good looking brothers, and that not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone real. The looks don't make that for me. I'm looking for someone that wants to be loved and knows. I think it continues, but it cut it off for some reason. There's no way to expand it. I'm totally lost on how to get the rest of this genuine, amazing dialogue. So the gist of it is that she looking for a man that God has for her. After being married 3 times, looking for a man that she wanted. Okay. She don't want somebody that's playing games. And that got in their mind that a woman, okay, she don't want a man that has preferences. You can't not like something. You have to like everything because she's not going to change anything for you. She'll be dead soon. Allahu alam. She'll be dead soon. And she needs somebody that's going to accept her for the way she is because she is not going to change. She's not going to change, okay? She said she has some good looking brothers, okay? So maybe she's a Lizzo and she had men like Carl Anthony Towns or the Captain America dude that Lizzo shoots at. Maybe she maybe she had guys that she considered good looking along those lines, okay? But she's saying that that's the person that she chose, but you can't have a preference. And now she's saying that she's not looking for that anymore. She just wants somebody real. Looks don't make that for me. Okay, I guess she's trying to say English. I'm looking for someone that wants to be loved. He wants to be loved. He don't want to be loved. He wants to be loved. Who's Brother Love? Puffy Combs, Sean Diddy Combs, Puffy, P. Diddy, Diddy, Puff, Brother Love. So she looking for Puff Daddy. If I'm going to make sense of this, she looking for Puff Daddy. Nevertheless, that's my delusional dating profile of the week. Subhanallah, man, this is don't tell me to bring Muslim profiles. Don't tell me that. I'll bring worse than this. Worse grammar, worse grammar, okay, worse at spelling, worse at punctuation, worse as in the things that they desire. Some things outside of Islam. Sister saying, I don't mind if you drink. And some sisters' profile saying that they drink. So, hey, look. Keep bothering me. I'll bring the Muslims back. I did a Muslim a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. No difference. Not a difference. And if I see him on this app, I'll say, Salaam alaikum. No response. Gotcha. Dave Chappelle, gotcha. I ain't going to say the last part. Anyway, that's all that I have today. This has been your brother Saad Imam for X Factly. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.